Today we're going to talk about the tale of the 40 chicken alligator. And I'm Michelle O'Neill with the Divorce to Dynamite podcast. My mother always came up with her own little pieces of wisdom. And she always conveyed her wisdom through little tales. Sometimes she would find them because she would read Reader's Digest or listen to Zig Ziglar or Tony Robbins. But this one, I think she made it up on her own. And the story, the tale, goes like this. You find a baby alligator, and the baby alligator is cute and cuddly and squishy-ish. And you really think this cute, tiny little baby alligator is just the most adorable thing you've ever seen. And you really want to take the baby alligator home with you. So you do. And you think, the baby alligator can come home with me. The baby alligator isn't going to eat very much. It's not going to take up much room. It's just a little bitty alligator. It's not going to really be much trouble. I'm going to take this baby alligator home, and it's only going to eat one chicken a day. Well, the problem with cute, cuddly, little, tiny baby alligators is that when you feed baby alligators one chicken a day, then baby alligators start to grow. And pretty soon, the baby alligator starts to eat 5 chickens a day. And all of a sudden, you're having to allocate a new budget to 5 chickens a day. And, the alligator's still pretty cute, and he's still kind of small, and he's still kind of toddling around your house, and, he's still, not as cuddly or squishy, but, you can still kind of pet him, and his teeth aren't very big yet. But you know what happens when you feed an alligator 5 chickens a day is then the alligator grows, and all of a sudden, you're having to feed the alligator 10 chickens a day. And then the alligator isn't quite so cuddly, and it isn't so small, and it isn't squishy at all, and it's not small, and you keep feeding it 10 chickens a day, and then it grows some more. And then all of a sudden, you're having to feed it 20 chickens a day, and then it grows some more, and then you're feeding it 30 chickens a day, and then it grows some more. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're feeding that alligator 40 chickens a day. And now, because you're having to buy 40 chickens a day to feed your alligator, your pet alligator that used to be this tiny little squishy, cuddly, baby little alligator, now you're feeding it 40 chickens a day, and you can't make your rent, and you can't make your car payment because you're having to buy 40 chickens a day, and that's 280 chickens a week or whatever. I mean, that's a lot of dang chickens. And it's all because, way back in the day, you fell in love with this cute, cuddly little baby alligator that was so cute, you just had to take it home. Well, my mama first told me this tale because when I was 16 years old, I really thought that I wanted my first car to be an old 1968 Ford Bronco because I was a country girl. And, 1968 Ford Broncos, even back when I was 16 years old, they were gas guzzlers. And my mama, instead of telling me, no, the car is a gas guzzler, she tells me the story of the 40 chicken alligator. And her point was, how in the world am I going to be able to afford to put gas in a gas-guzzling 1969 Ford Bronco when I'm not working and I'm going to high school? And am I going to go get a job to pay the 40 chickens for the alligator that is all cute and cuddly called a 1969 Ford Bronco? Well, that story, that tale of the 40 chicken alligator. I mean, it applies to so many things in our lives that we don't really think through all the way, or we overcommit to. I mean, saying yes is so easy. I mean, I love to be included. I love to be asked to do things, especially things that I enjoy doing more than the things I have to do, especially things where, people need me and I know I can do them and I know I can contribute and I know I can make a difference. I love being asked to do things. I love being felt to be important or able to contribute or able to make a difference. But when I say yes to things, then what ends up happening is I have 16 different responsibilities that I have to accomplish in 5 days. And because I also had 16 responsibilities last week that I had to accomplish in that week, then all of a sudden I'm not prepared for the ones I have to accomplish this week. And I'm gonna let somebody down. So the moral of my mother's story was that sometimes you have to say no. Even when you want to say yes to the cute, cuddly, squishy, little, tiny baby alligator, because when you look down the way just a little bit, the things that you want to say yes to, or the several things that you want to say yes to, then become the 40 chicken alligators that you can't possibly keep up with. You don't have to explain. You don't have to give excuses. I mean, no is a complete sentence. So beware of the 40 chicken alligator. Beware of biting off more than you can chew. Beware of not setting appropriate boundaries for yourself and for others so that you don't disappoint them. I wrote a book a few years ago called Wisdom from Mama. And my book is available on Amazon for you to purchase. I mean, I didn't really write it for you or for anybody else. I more wrote it for me. I wrote it shortly after my mama died because, much like the 40 chicken alligator tale, my mama had a lot of wisdom like that. And I wrote them so that I wouldn't forget them. I wrote them as a cathartic way for me to release the grief that I felt when she passed away. I also wrote them so that they would be out there and I wouldn't forget. And maybe my stories about my mother and the tales of wisdom that she spun would be helpful for somebody else. It's a quick read. It's just tiny. But if you want to hear more about the tales from my mother, you can go buy my book too. Wisdom from Mama, available on Amazon. Thanks.